Yo, what's going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Simple Logic Podcast. I'm your host, WattsTV, and this is a podcast where I talk about topics logically, but also in a comedic fashion. I am not going to be before you guys for long today because this is just a quick announcement, and I just wanted to get it out the way, and I just wanted to share some of the changes that are, coming to the podcast. As you guys can see, Keith is no longer with us. That made it sound like he died. He is very much alive. So, yes, Keith is no longer a part of the podcast. To make a long story short, he came here every weekend, like every Saturday or Sunday, depending on what was going on. And we would record for a good hour, sometimes an hour and a half. And, got sick of his face. He would come in my apartment, just funking up the place. He would bring funky food in here. And so I kicked him off the podcast. And also, none of that happened. He just got a new job. But he did bring funky ass food in here, and that's something that I will not miss. Keith, I know you're watching, but I'm sorry. The shit that you was bringing in here just smelled like funk, onions, and ass sometimes. Like, why couldn't you get some normal shit? All right, this man would bring in some, I don't know, it's what, a falafel? Or some random Mexican dish that just smelled like ass. No offense to my Mexican peeps. But damn, you ain't got to stink up my apartment. And then I would burn a candle. And he'd be like, oh, you a female. You a female. Ooh. That shit stank. All right. I like my place smelling clean. And it stank. All right. That's it. But no. Keith actually got a new job. And with his new job comes with some new responsibilities. So let's give it up to Keith, man. Shout out to Keith and his new job. I'm glad you got it, bro. I'm glad you were able to be a part of the podcast. I really do appreciate it. With you being on here, you basically helped me structure this. You made me organize like a little bit better. Since there were two people, I feel like it was a little easier to gather all the topics and to basically like bounce off one another when we were talking. So because of you, I think I know how to structure this better now that I have to do this by myself. So I appreciate you, man, for being on as long as you were. And, hey, I hope all the success comes your way. And I hope you start up your podcast again soon. So hope that's on the way. But, yes, so as I've already mentioned, I'm going to be doing this alone again. But things are going to be a little bit different this time around. So whenever I record the Simple Logic podcast, I want to go live on YouTube. So I like the aspect of having an audience, or at least having someone next to me. Since I no longer have someone next to me, I would like an audience, So just having an open dialogue with people as they, say stuff in the comments, bring up certain points that I forgot. I don't know. But I just really like that aspect. And I'm going to try it for a while. And I'm going to see if it works. And if it works, great. And if it doesn't, I may still do it anyway. Or I just may go back to recording the podcast and then posting it like usual. We'll see. But yes, I know you guys are probably asking the question, well, why did Keith's job affect the podcast? Why did he have to leave? So I'm not going to get into details like with where he's working and what he's doing because, obviously that's his business and we got some creepy people out here and some stalkers. So I don't want anybody stalking that man and, knowing his business. But here on the Simple Logic podcast, I made this podcast so that I could basically talk about whatever I want when I want. And he's in a position now where the podcast could basically jeopardize his job, and I didn't want that, and he didn't want that, and he didn't want me to change the format of the podcast because something in his life was changing. You feel me? So I really did appreciate that. We had a conversation and pretty much thought that this was best because, again, that's one of the main reasons why I created this, because I like to say and think and do whatever I want on this platform. That's why I made it. Like, it's full freedom. I don't care if people come on here and curse or state their opinions or whatever. I want this podcast to be as open as possible 24/7. So that's why Keith is no longer on. Again, I really do appreciate him. But yeah. But with that being said, I'm also going to put a lot more into the podcast that I haven't before. Um, I have not been promoting as much as I should. I have not been on social media as much as I should, mainly because I feel like the shit is just tiring. Social media to me back in the day was cool because I don't know, maybe I actually gave a damn back then. Like I gave a damn about looking cool and showing shit off that I was doing that other people weren't doing and blah blah blah. But now I'm just like, what the fuck is the point of this shit? Like it's just tiring to post. But I'm getting out of that mindset, and I am just strictly going to post from a business mindset at this point, and I'm going to continue to grow all of my social medias. I said both. I have a lot. I'm going to continue to grow all my social media, and I'm going to even create a TikTok as well. Well, I already created TikTok. I just need to start posting videos. I have a shit ton of ideas too, and they're funny. I just need to do them. I just don't know why I don't have the nerve to do them, but I just haven't yet. So yeah, like I said, I wasn't going to be before you guys for very long, but I just wanted to. I feel like it would have been weird if I would have just started recording myself without some sort of explanation. I know some of you may not give a fuck, but hey, I felt the need to explain anyway, you know? So yes, I am going to go live probably. I'm still debating on Saturday or Sunday. I may go live. People have church on Sunday, so I may do it like in the afternoon on Saturday. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of back and forth with me right now, and I know I'm rambling right now, so I apologize. I'm still figuring this shit out as I go, guys, but I'm excited. I have no idea where the podcast is gonna go from this point on, and kind of excites me. I'm not scared at all. I'm just more excited than anything. And I want to have more interviews as well, too. I want to do that. So if there is a personality or an influencer or somebody that you just genuinely like that's doing something dope, please send them my way. And I would love to get an interview with them, have some sort of open dialogue. And yeah, I can't wait to get the podcast rolling again, and that's pretty much it, guys. I appreciate you for listening if you listen for this long, and the Simple Logic Podcast is available anywhere that you can listen to a podcast and watch it on my YouTube channel, WattsTV. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, that's it. I'm out. Peace.
Ooh, my name is Keith. I'm going to get a new job and better myself. And the podcast is going to get a way of that. And I'm going to leave Watts all alone high and dry. Ooh.
Nigga, I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Kind of shit is this?